One. Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, Missouri Sports Network, and MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. This segment brought to you by Great Southern Bank, Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, who always reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. You'll take an opportunity now to visit with Coach Angie Wise, the 2017 Conference Coach of the Year from Clever Blue Jays Volleyball. And Coach Wise, talk a little bit about your season up to this point. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Our season so far right now, we're kind of a little bit inconsistent, but we have a lot of young players playing, and they're trying to figure out their roles, and they're stepping up. So one night we're outstanding. Next night it might be okay. So we're struggling with a little bit of consistency at this moment. We're 5, 2, and 3 so far, and we played pretty well against Catholic the other night. We felt good about that and figure out a few things we can fix to really compete hard with them. So we're just slowly getting better every day.
Coach, just break kind of the numbers down. What numbers, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, or you talk about maybe being young. What are the numbers like?
I have 3 seniors, 2 that get a lot of playing time, all state returnees, and senior Kylie Winger and senior Kenna Wise. And I have 3 juniors in Abby Street, Riley King, and Lindy Twig. And then I have about 4 sophomores. Jenna Thomas is also a junior. So I have 4 juniors. I have Jenna Thompson and Jalen Flood are my sophomores that are really stepping in. And and Morgan Boss, really key sophomore, Morgan Boss. So 4 sophomores, 4 juniors, and 3 seniors is basically about our varsity.
Kind of talk a little bit about the conference. I know you got a big win over Billings last night, 3-0 or 3-0, 3-0. I don't know what the volleyball term is, but kind of handicap your conference a little bit and kind of who's maybe out there at the front and maybe you, but kind of handicap that a little bit. Talk about those teams.
Well, we haven't played any conference matches yet, but we have the Mid Lakes is a tough conference, and you got teams like Fairgrove and Stratford who win over 20 sets in the last forever years. And Stratford is always tough. They always bring in. Ashley Bowe does a great job of getting competitive athletes. As far as Tanya Peck, she just got her 500th win. So those 2 programs are really tough. Forsyth is playing well this year. They're in our conference and they're playing well. They won their own tournament. So our conference is no pushover. It's pretty tough. We got a lot of tough teams. Skyline. Oh, how can I forget Skyline? They split with us at the Forsyth tournament. And they're back to compete. So we have one of the toughest conferences, I say, in the state.
As you look at that, you're early now in the season, but your district, Class 3, District 11, Aurora, Cassville, Reed Spring, Springfield Catholic, and yourself, not an easy district either.
Well, I see us in that mix. I hope we come out with a 2 or 3 seed in that group. You can kind of break down how everybody might be seated. Obviously Catholic going to state last year, and they returned about everybody. They're tough. They got big, strong front line, and Reed Spring. We lost to Reed Spring the other day. That hurt us in a district competition. We played not well at all. We should be able to. We can compete with them, and they came in and beat us pretty bad, and we just did not play well, and that's going to hurt us in the district seeds. But it's going to be another tough district, with those 3 schools. Yeah, we moved up to Class 3, so now it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah. As you look at what you've got coming up here, you've got back road games, and then you're in the Stratford tournament, then you're in the Mount Vernon tournament. So kind of a tough stretch here with being on the road a lot.
Yeah. Our schedule we have a tough schedule this year. I don't know how it got so tough, but we only have 5 home games, and it's not fun. And that one week where we travel thousands of miles, it's going to seem like playing long ways away and get home late and turn around the next night doing it again. That's going to be a tough week. And the Stratford tournament's always tough. You know, they're going to have some top teams there. Catholic, Stratford. They're going to have El Dorado Springs. There's some, Mount Vernon will be there. They're usually bringing some tough teams. And then you go to Mount Vernon and you get some bigger schools there. So 2 tough tournaments, it's okay. We like to compete. You know, win or lose, we'd rather have a nice close match. It's fun that way.
Visiting with Clever head volleyball coach Angie Wise. And Coach Wise, you might fill the viewers or listeners in a little bit. How long have you been at Clever, and how did you arrive there? Where did you cut your teeth at, so to speak?
Well, the interesting story is I spent 23 years at Crane, and I coached every sport, including the boys' sports. It just happened to fall into place. Kind of a rough situation happened at Crane with my son-in-law, and so I love teaching elementary PE, and Coach Hannafin, we battled coaching against her from Crane to Clever for years, and she said, Angie, she goes, I have an elementary PE job and I need you to come to Clever. And I was like, that had to be a God wink because I was ready to go. And so it worked out perfect. I went over to Clever in 2012 and I coached junior high volleyball there for 2 years, and we were 98-2. And then Coach Hannafin got the AD job, and she was ready to step out of volleyball. And she said, Coach Wise, I need you to go to the varsity program. And so, you know, that wasn't in the plans, but I went ahead and went. And so I've been since 2012 the coach there. And guy, this is my last year. So this is my last year. And I've told people that they asked me to stay coach till my daughter graduated, and she's a senior. So I'm going to hopefully get to go watch her play some college ball. And it's been a joy. I've been lucky to be successful everywhere. And I taught at Reed Springs. I coached at Reed Springs a couple years in between Crane and Clever coaching. So, but yeah, it's been a blessing. I'm getting close to my 400th win. Within a few games here. I'm really not going to talk about that. I don't want to harp on that, but this is my final year, and I'm hoping to have fun and do our best and do what we can. So
you bet. Well, Coach, congratulations on the start that you've had this year. Best of luck as you go forward, and we appreciate you being part of High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network.
Thank you very much. Thank you for talking to me.
You bet. And we'll be back after this.